Hey, it's Catherine from CatherinePooler.com. A couple days ago I showed you some really fun techniques with alcohol inks, and I showed you 3 different backgrounds. Now today I'm going to take one background and I'm going to make it into a card. The experimenting is continuing, and I'm using this penny black stamp, and I'm going to stamp it in the Memento ink. Since this is glossy cardstock, I am going to heat set it to make sure that it gets dry and does not smear or run when I do my sponging. I'm going to stand up and press this down to make sure it gets completely transferred. I'll just do some heat setting. Now this may turn out really ugly, and it may be one of those videos that I just want to throw into the trash. We will see. I'm going to start by sponging Melon Mambo. And I'm seeing it's not really dark enough to cover up the green and purple that I added on there first. So let's go to real red and see how that goes. And that's not doing too bad. Tapping and dabbing is working better than what I was initially doing, and that was rubbing. When I was grabbing ink pads, I also grabbed a gray because I thought that that would add some darker shading down at the bottom. And I kind of feel like it's just removing the ink, so I'm just going to add the red back on top. Now I'm going to take Garden Green and get into those stems. I'm going to pull my stencil off and see what we've got going on under here. It is giving pretty good coverage. In order to get this to dry, I think clear embossing it would be a really good idea. And plus that'll add another dimension to the card, because now we'll have some nice clear shiny embossing over the top of that flower. And I see as it's embossing, the look of the ink is changing, and I can see that pattern that was on the stenciling that I did. So that is kind of a cool effect. So, I don't know, is this a technique that we can name? Well, maybe it's a combination of a bunch of different techniques, but it's a really cool result. I'm going to use a Casual Friday stamp set, Casual Elegance. Now please pray for me that this does not wiggle. And it did. So I did end up wiggling that stamp a little, enough to blur the sentiment and have to stamp it again. So a little bit of white embossing on black was my remedy, and this card came out pretty cool, a lot different than I thought it would. And again, this is a very different color combination for me. Do you find yourself stuck in a rut with color combinations? Right now, my go-to color combinations are anything that involves rainbow colors, and probably pinks, reds, blues, and oranges. Love that. Why don't you leave me a comment in the section below and let me know what your go-to color combinations are. And I encourage you to go outside your box and try something different. Thanks for watching today, and if you like videos like this, be sure to check out Stamp Nation, where there are hundreds of exclusive video tutorials, and amazing membership, written tutorials, spotlight on trends articles, and gosh, I could go on and on. You'll love it. Check it out. Link is below.